I asked all of you in my community tab to participate in a bracket to find out which Rainbow Road music is the best in all of Mario Kart. Here's how it went. We're going to be going from worst to best according to you guys, and starting off, we got... That's right, SNES Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Super Circuit. Honestly, in my opinion, this is a really awful sounding SNES theme as well. I think the other SNES themes, including the original from Super Mario Kart, outdo this one by miles, but I understand it's on limited GBA hardware. However, that one ended up losing to another SNES counterpart, that one being SNES Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7. This one only got 6% of the total votes, the least amount of percentage votes out of any of the Rainbow Roads in this entire bracket, and that gave it a grand total of about 44.5 votes. As you can see, the comment says, I'll be honest, I would be surprised if the GBA version even got 10%. Well, looks like you're not going to get surprised today because we only got 6%. In number 15, we got... That's right, the only Mario Kart Arcade iteration of Rainbow Road. This is the theme that plays through the entirety of the Rainbow Cup in both Mario Kart Arcade GP and Mario Kart Arcade GP2. I personally kind of like it. I think it's fresh and unique, but apparently not to many people, as it did lose to a very popular GCN Rainbow Road and only got 8% of the entire votes in that matchup, giving it 63.5 votes almost. Lucas Games says, I've never heard of Rainbow Road Coaster before your video, and it was so good. The arcade games have something that the mainline games don't, multiple variants. I feel like that's kind of the opposite though, that the Rainbow Road in Arcade GP is the exact same theme through all of the arcade tracks, but I guess we all have different opinions. Number 14 is... That's right, the OG Rainbow Road Super Nintendo Rainbow Road from the original Super Mario Kart. It did lose to the final lap version of Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. That one is a banger, I cannot lie. SNES only garnered 15% of the votes in that matchup, giving it 132.9 votes. That's pretty good for you guys. Violet Sky says SNES Rainbow Road's theme is an absolute classic. I have to admit, I do believe it's an absolute classic as well. I do wish we had some of the SNES Rainbow Roads move on in our personal bracket, but that is a-okay. This one gets eliminated for you guys. At number 13, we got... That's right, we use Rainbow Road, the main Rainbow Road theme in Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe, and what's hilarious about this is that it actually lost to another Wii U Rainbow Road track, the N64 version of Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It lost to a Rainbow Road theme from the same game that this one was from. This one did, however, garner 17% of the total votes in that matchup, giving 162.5 votes. Gotta love it. And Theo says, Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8, in my opinion, is the best Rainbow Road OST. Gotta love it. Yeah, it's a pretty darn good one. I wouldn't say it's top tier for me, but it's up there. Number 12 is... That's right, GBA Rainbow Road, the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Super Circuit. You know what? I'll take number 12. Maybe I'm blinded by nostalgia and I think this one's a lot better than it actually is, but I can give it credit for being number 12 on your guys' bracket. This one lost, however, to the Wii U version of SNES Rainbow Road, which I can't lie, that one's a pretty good iteration of Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. Gotta give it credit. This one, however, gained 26% of the votes, 181.75 votes, or 74 to be exact. And Yoshi Star says, I think if Rainbow Road from Super Circuit we get in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Remix, it would blow all the other songs out of the water. And honestly, I have to agree with him. It sounds so good on GBA so far, but man, if it got an 8 Deluxe Remix, it would be incredible. We need that. Number 11 is... That's right, it is DS Rainbow Road. So wow, I'm kind of shocked for some of you guys that are nostalgic towards Mario Kart DS's Rainbow Road. I'm kind of shocked that it got eliminated in the first round. I mean, I guess I can't blame you because wow, it had a tough matchup against N64's Rainbow Road, to which it did gain 36% of the total votes in that matchup, so kept it relatively close and thus got 235.5 votes. Blast Stanley says, I can agree that 64 is nostalgic and breathtaking, but something about the DS tune just makes it feel like they pushed the limits of the DS cartridge, and that's not my Marker DS5 speaking here, so rep DS Rainbow Road, I will miss you. They really did. They went all out for the DS Rainbow Road's music despite the limited hardware. Yeah, Marker DS's Rainbow Road is good, but oof, Rainbow Road from N64 just passed it. Number 10 is... Would you look at that? It is the moon theme of Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road on 3DS. This one is very beautiful. It's serene, and it got blown out of the water in my personal bracket. But wow, this one lost just a little bit to Wii's Rainbow Road. Kept it somewhat competitive. I mean, 25 to 75%. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but it did better than I thought against the titan that is Wii's Rainbow Road, and thus got 275 votes. Wolf Ghost says, you can fall asleep while listening to the Moon edition of Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road, but but I mean that in the best way possible. And I'll have to try that one day, to try to fall asleep listening to that theme. I think that is very possible. And wow, a good song. What can I say? Number 9 is... This one's such a sad one. This is 3DS Rainbow Road, the song that won the overall 123 Mario Kart song theme bracket from about a year ago. Insanity that this one is getting out in the first round, but maybe was it warranted? It got matched up against itself, but the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version of it, which was not in that voting tournament from a year ago. This one kept it somewhat close. It got 36% of the votes for a grand total of 345.25 votes. Sparky says, I honestly really love the OG 3DS Rainbow Road theme compared to the 8 Deluxe version. I would think the mesmerizing version wins over the upbeat version because it's better fits the space theme in my opinion. And I kind of have to agree. Though if I had to put the two side by side, I don't know. I think in my personal opinion, as someone that likes electronic music a bit more, I would personally go for the 8 Deluxe. But wow, Mario Kart 7's theme on the 3DS, the Rainbow Road one, is pretty brilliant. It's such a hard toss-up, but 3DS Rainbow Road, it was champion a year ago, but compared to all Rainbow Road tracks, it is just missing the top half. Time for round 2, and that means we are starting with number 8 on the list. This is Mario Kart 7's edition of Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. Honestly, one of my favorite versions of SNES Rainbow Road, but sadly got eliminated in the second round. Did better than I honestly thought it would, but it did have an easy matchup in round 1. This one lost to the Booster Course Pass 3DS Rainbow Road, so it's hard to blame SNES Rainbow Road for falling on this one. It only got 11% of the votes, thus only getting 110 total votes in round number 2. That's why it is down here at number 8. Crypt says that Mario Kart 7 rocks with that techno beat. Not the best song, but I'm voting for it. And yeah, gotta show it some love. So I understand that, and I appreciate you for voting for it. It needs the love. Number 7 is... We got another Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. This is SNES Rainbow Road on the Wii U, just barely edging out its 3DS SNES counterpart by votes. Rainbow Road N64, the Wii U version, is just decimating its Wii U Rainbow Road rivals. It first eliminated Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road, and now it's eliminating SNES Rainbow Road on the Wii U. SNES Rainbow Road only got 17% of the votes, thus getting 127.5 total votes. Gold Guy was not too happy about that. He said, I like SNES more, but of course, N64 is just the best, even though it sucks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it ain't long enough. I mean, that's for y'all to say. That's based on the track, but we're ranking music, and by your guys' votes, SNES Rainbow Road's Wii U falls in the quarterfinals. Number 6 is... This one is kind of wild. I wouldn't expect this to lose in the quarterfinals, but it's N64 Rainbow Road, the original Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 64. Such an iconic theme. 6 minutes of just mesmerizing music. Falls in the quarterfinals to another titan of Rainbow Road music. This is Wii's Rainbow Road, but we're here talking about N64's Rainbow Road. Only get 21% of the votes, bringing its total vote up to 164 for round number 2. Honkin' Goose Geek says, no, 64, you always be the best OST no matter what the poll does. That's completely understandable. Wii's might be a little bit better based on your guys' opinion, but you gotta give the flowers to N64's Rainbow Road theme for making it what Rainbow Road music is today. Number 5 is... Rainbow Road's final lap theme. As you can see, I couldn't find many comments in this matchup about it. So many of the comments were talking about its rival in this matchup, GCN's Rainbow Road, and rightfully so, because that one's a very iconic Rainbow Road theme as well. MBUE says definitely 7s. Very plain and simple, one of the few supporters for Mario Kart 7's final lap theme in Rainbow Road, and it lost to GCN Rainbow Road with 34% of the votes, which is pretty darn solid, giving it 246.5 votes. So you gotta give it credit. Again, not too many people voted for this one, but the people that did, completely understandable why this one is a fantastic theme. Speaking of the semifinals, let's move on to number 4. And that's right, after defeating 2 of its Wii U counterparts, N64 Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe falls to the hands of Wii Rainbow Road, and it only got 26% of the votes, giving it 215.25 votes. Pretty strong performance. Pentakilium says, I love Wii, but N64 is just iconic in a way like no other, and I have to agree. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there. Top 4 is a very well-deserving placement for this particular version of N64's Rainbow Road. Number 3 is... Oh, y'all are gonna be a little bit upset about this one, but that is right. Mario Kart Double Dash's Rainbow Road has fallen in the semifinals. Did a little bit better than it did in our personal bracket, but in your guys' bracket just falls in the semifinals to a very tough contender, 3DS Rainbow Road from the Booster Course Pass. That is a hard opponent. Fire Yoshi says it best. Well, Double Dash fought hard and did well, but unfortunately it seems like that the end of the road for it, really tough bracket, and the bracket did get super tough at this point in time. It did very well though. It got 32% of the votes, so almost made it 50-50, and that is a total of 320 votes on average. Congratulations to Mario Kart Double Dash for getting on the podium. Time for the finals, the top 2 tracks. What's gonna be number 2? That is correct. As of the recording of this video, which is about 10 hours after the bracket happened, 3DS Rainbow Road in the Booster Course Pass loses the final matchup and takes the number 2 spot. It loses to your eventual champion. We'll get to him later, but it gained 39% of the votes, which is pretty solid, giving it almost 258 votes in total. Sir Super Mario says 3DS Rainbow Road is not just a track, it's an adventure. It may or may not win, but it's my favorite course ever. It's a good one. I wouldn't necessarily call it my favorite course. I think it's all right. Some of the physics on the track is a little wonky, but we're talking about the music here. And I must say, the music on 3DS's Rainbow Road and the Booster Course Pass, some people like it, some people may not like it. I personally like it a lot. Very deserving of a top 2 placement. Is it recency bias? Potentially, but that's how you know that music is just getting better and better and better in this series. So you got to give it the credit it deserves. A top 2 placement for 3DS Rainbow Road in the Booster Course Pass. Now y'all know what number 1 is. That is correct. Wii's Rainbow Road takes the cake, avenges itself from the bracket from a year ago, and finally takes the throne as the best Rainbow Road soundtrack in the entire Mario Kart series in your guys' opinion. It convincingly won all 4 of its matches, so you gotta give it the credit that it deserves. It won with 61% of the votes in the finals, giving it over 400 votes. Ivan Zone says it best. I love Rainbow Road from Marco Wii because not only is it a fun track, but the visuals are sublime. It seems they took the amazing graphics and assets of Super Mario Galaxy and made them better. But talking about the music, it feels like you are on the road of greatness. Nothing can stop you. You are about to do something to be proud of, and you are very happy. It is a very fulfilling theme, as all Rainbow Road themes should be. However, it fared against some tough Rainbow Road opponents and still came out on top. So congratulations to Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road for taking the cake as your guys', the community's favorite Rainbow Road track in the entire Mario Kart series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all my members for help making more of these videos possible. You guys are incredible for your support. And for everyone watching, I want to give you a big thank you for participating in the community votes, the community brackets. They're coming back from time to time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Stay all pro. I'm out of here.